Graffiti is illegal application of paint on earth, really. I think that's what it comes down to.
Kid writing in their textbook, or a kid writing on their desk, or graffiti on the bathroom stalls, kind of thing. And as it progresses, it can become very, very powerful messages that are social commentary.
Well, I think that graffiti has been used as a broad term. A lot of people consider some of these legal murals that we see as graffiti. So it's a term that's maybe been stretched a little bit over the years, but really at the core, graffiti is fundamentally illegal painting.
It's a very fine line, because I think perhaps it is vandalism, but there's this moment when it becomes a net positive. There's this moment when the people in charge of that space actually appreciate that you did that, and they like it and they keep it there, and it becomes this anchor in the people who surrounds it, and they enjoy it.
In London, you can find anything from world-class urban art, done by international artists who are prolific on the international mural circuit. But there's also illegal street-level graffiti, freight train graffiti rolling through the city, and there's kind of everything in between.
Graffiti in its nature is quite isolated as a medium. It's very introspective. It's often cryptic, and people often do it in a way that's more independent. Graffiti has been a thing since as long as we can remember or record in human history. Like if you think of cave paintings on the wall.
Putting your name up on a neighborhood level, kids with no voice and no opportunity were making their own opportunity. And this is how it started. It's infectious. When there was an absence of truth, and then somebody finds a unique way to express it, it catches on. 20 years ago, it was more rare to see graffiti on trains than it was to see a clean train. Now it's the opposite. It was a way for kids in the middle of nowhere, like at the time, London was a much smaller place, to connect and exchange photos and exchange just canvases with kids from LA and Atlanta and Miami and New York. And so that's kind of how it really spread everywhere globally. It starts with the basic tag, right? Like this is the origination of everything. This is how you learn how to control the can. This is how you develop a name. The graffiti is about taking nothing and making it into something, taking places you weren't supposed to be and a name that means nothing and making it mean things to people. So you pick your name and you figure out your letters and again and again and again and again until this horrible looking name slowly gets amazing. Graffiti currently has a very contentious space in the London art scene. Right now, graffiti and the urban arts in general are misunderstood by the city, unfortunately. And I don't say that lightly. We've been doing 4 years of advocacy work, on which this opinion rests. And we've done 62 murals mostly outside of the municipal funding system. We feel that the connection between graffiti and the urban arts has been misunderstood. And I think that the value proposition behind urban arts investments has been misunderstood by the city. And I think that when you divorce yourself from the history of this art form, you immediately make your art form more soulless. And I think that's the kind of stuff that we're starting to see now. Unfortunately, we're starting to see murals as wallpaper that has no connection to any authentic culture, authentic youth movement. That's just murals for people outside the culture, unfortunately. So for me, and I think a lot of people in my generation, graffiti represents a willingness to cross the line. When society draws a line in the sand and says, you can't do this, everything is perfect, we say, wait a second, everything isn't perfect. And we're willing to cross the line.
At its most simplest is self-expression. At its most innocent level, it could be an I was here moment.